Oh, no, we're live right now. I didn't even realize I was live. All right, I'm a little buzzed up, everybody. All right, I'm gonna put the intro on now. Welcome to the Ramblin' Matt Ramage podcast. I got Joey the Jaguar. Watch this intro. We're gonna get right into this thing.
You're listening to the Ramblin' Matt Ramage podcast. Let's go!
Oh, we're back. All right, so here we are. I'm here with Joey the Jaguar. What are you? You're like 15 years old, right?
Yep.
All right, so I usually don't have minors on while I'm a little bit buzzed up. But Joey the Jaguar is really good. Shout out to my guy Alex Strofe. He had computer problems. You know, he's the guy I usually go post game with.
Yep.
But he's having little glitches. He's having little situations. But we got Joey the Jaguar. You know, second best. All right.
Yeah. Alex must really not like you. He's got to come up with these excuses not to talk to you. I mean, what's going on with there?
I know, he's just like, I'll come with everything. I kept texting him like, dude, let's do this. But anyways, Joey the Jaguar. You follow him on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. He's on all these things. He's got co-host Big B. These guys do great stuff. But let's get into this Packers talk, all right? NFC North champs, baby. What is up? Like, dude, this game was very stressful. I usually don't drink, Joey, but I thought, I might have a few adult beverages because this game was stressful, and it's always stressful, like with the Lions. I talk a lot of shit, all right, Joey?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try to watch my language because I know you're 15, all right? Uh-huh. But I talk a lot of smack to a lot of Lions fans, any fan that of a fan base that we play, and this week was no different. But I'm always stressed, especially against the Lions. Every team in the NFC North, it seems like we're their Super Bowl. The Packers are their Super Bowl, so they always play up. And the Packers had a lot on the line. NFC North, the Saints lost. I'm not sure if they knew that because it was kind of the same time that it was happening. I don't think that they're looking at scores and shit. But I know you've been to games before where they had the scores on the thing. Yeah. I know there's no fans in the stands, but I'm sure that it's the same deal. So they might see it anyways. So, but what are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, well, I was definitely looking, we got the red zone, the Chiefs had TV watch party, and then the Packers game, obviously. But, the Eagles are doing that. They're kind of blowing it, and it's kind of they're mirroring, the games were mirroring each other. They had pretty similar games or final scores, and the Packers were kind of edging up on their lead. The Lions tied it. But I think that second quarter was really interesting, and the Packers weren't able to get the ball back. They were struggling on defense. The Lions obviously dominated the time of possession, and then the Packers are able to do that in the second half, which was huge in winning this game.
Oh yeah, I think that the Packers, even because I have a Packers group, the Green Bay Packer backers, who a lot of people are watching. I don't say a lot, but some people are watching from this, and they were mad. This defense, it gives some headaches, but this offense is so good. I got these numbers here, all right?
Oh boy.
I got not from the defense, but from the offense. All right.
We don't need any numbers from the defense.
Yeah, dude, Aaron Rodgers on this year. I want to talk about I got this banner here. Let me throw this banner up because it makes it look all professional right here. Okay, look at this. Aaron Rodgers for MVP. All right.
Get the graphics.
On the year, Aaron Rodgers has 3,685 passing yards, 39 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions, completion percentage of 69.6, and pass rate 119.7. And I think and then 2 rushing touchdowns to just put a little frosting on top. You know what I mean? And so dude, I don't. Patrick Mahomes is the beast. All right, I'm not gonna. You don't have to trash one down to lift one up. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's not what I do. But Patrick Mahomes had a little bit of a day today. He had a 30-yard sack.
Yeah.
And he was like me playing Madden. You just try to run back and hopefully somebody misses and you chuck it for a touchdown, but it didn't work out for him. And I'm not dissing Patrick Mahomes at all. He's a he's next. He's like Aaron Rodgers 2009, 2010, when he first or 2008 even, whatever, when Rodgers first popped up. He's got a ring, he's got all the things. And but I think Rodgers had a better year. I think Rodgers is more important to his team. I think Rodgers is the MVP. What do you think about the MVP race?
Yeah, I mean, my co-host Big B did say, for Rodgers to win this, Mahomes has to have a game sucking, kind of like Rodgers in Tampa Bay. But I don't think those are comparable. But just the fact that he had 3 interceptions in that game, like you mentioned, the awful 30-yard run back. I told the same thing to my brother. I said, that's what you do literally all the time in Madden. But yeah, I think it will really come down to these last few weeks here. And what you brought up of, can't remember if you brought it up, but doing more with less, something that I see a lot of people bring up. And it's really interesting because Mahomes obviously has Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, but I almost like the Packers' weapons more, or at the same, just with Aaron Jones in the receiving game, Robert Tonyan, Devontae Adams, obviously. So does he have as strong as the offense? Does he have one of the best NFL coaches in our decade? No, but he definitely has a strong team with him, and I would say after these past 2 performances especially, he's made a good case for MVP.
Yeah, and I think, like you mentioned that, like with the weapons, I think like Robert Tonyan is I think he's one of the best tight ends in the league. Like he's not getting talked about it as much. I mean, within the Packers community he is, because we always jack up our guys, you know what I mean? But like I think he might lead the league in like tight ends in a lot of categories. I know he's on top, he's up there. I don't know what he leads and what he's top of, but like, dude, he's playing as good as any tight end in the league. And like, dude, I don't know. I love the weapons Rodgers has, but I get what people are saying with Tyreek Hill is just he's got the speed, he's got all those things. But Aaron Rodgers got Devontae Adams, so I don't really care about like what you talk about playing with less and playing with what they got. But like Aaron Rodgers, dude, he's supposed to be the old man. Everyone called him dead. Like at the beginning of the season, people were talking. Everyone heard like what they were saying. But like Aaron Rodgers is, I don't know if it was a Jordan Love draft or if it was what it was, but like Aaron Rodgers is playing like lights out this year. Like this offense, like you mentioned Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, like this team, this offense, I'm a little buzzed up, all right. But this offense is just playing like I don't think any defense is gonna stop them. Some defenses might be able to slow them down, but like you remember, like last year with the Niners, the Packers ran into the Niners in NFC Championship game. It did not end well for them. I don't see that team in the playoffs this year. That is just like because people thought it before that game happened. But like the Niners were just really damn good last year. And a lot of people said the Packers don't have a shot against this team. They're the worst 13-3 team ever. Everybody was saying it. I don't agree with the worst 13-3 team ever. For the people, I might post on my podcast. I'll make sure they don't see the quotes. You know what I mean? But like, I think the Packers are as good as any team in the NFC. I'm not saying that they're like way better. I'm just saying that I think the NFC is pretty, even like we'll see what happens. But like, I think the Packers are like the Buccaneers really don't scare me too much. I mean, they beat the hell out of the Packers. Yeah. So I'd rather not play them in the playoffs. But like, how do you see it? Like, how do you see the guys in the NFC? I think I have notes here, but you probably know anyways. How do you see the top teams in NFC ranking, or not even ranking, but like, how do you see the Packers stacking up?
Well, I think first of all, as long as the Packers don't have a game like Tampa Bay where they come out absolutely flat all 4 quarters, I really don't see it being a blowout like it was against San Francisco. Rankings, I would say probably the Packers at 1, very narrow race with the Saints at 2. And a lot of people, especially today, we only beat the Lions by 7. Well, the Saints just lost to the Eagles, which we beat by 16. They lost to them by 3. The Seahawks just lost to the Giants by 12. So that idea of you have to beat every team by 25 is a little odd to me. 3, I'd probably do the Rams. 4, another NFC West, Seahawks. And then you got a bunch of wild card teams mixed in there that should be really interesting to watch.
Yeah, and I'm looking at these comments now because I forget about comments sometimes, and I want to make sure everyone gets their say. So, this guy says, and we need to get and stay healthy, and the Packers definitely, like, dude, that's half a game to the Super Bowl is staying healthy. It's a little bit luck, all right, but like, yeah, I think that. Oh, hang on, I deleted the wrong thing here. But no, but I think the Packers could go the way, but like, it's not guaranteed at all. But like Devontae Adams, but I want to talk about this dude for a little bit. And first of all, before Devontae Adams, MVS, like how good I don't know his stats. Like I was trying to look him up, I couldn't find him in time because tonight's been crazy because I was usually Alex produces the show when he's on because he's such a good producer. I'm not. So like he usually takes care of that. So I wasn't even worried about it. I was just drinking beer down in my basement. But MVS had a hell of a game. Like I'm not sure he have a drop today. I'm not sure he did. He had some key catches and one that was just ridiculous. Like contested.
Oh yeah, touchdown.
That was just like a hands catch, and that was just one of those catches. Like I don't care who it is. I always try to pump MVS up a little bit because everyone shits on him all the time. Yeah. Like, and he's such a good blocking receiver. It's a lot more than just catches. Like, and I get it. Like people get mad when they drop, and so do I. Like, dude, I don't care who you are. You could be Devontae Adams, whatever. If you drop a pass, I'm cussing you out on my TV. I just don't do it publicly. But like, I love to see MVS ball, and I think he had a really good game, and I think it definitely helped today.
Yeah, and I feel like the biggest thing, well, what you mentioned about staying healthy to the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl 45, 2010 Packers certainly didn't follow that formula. But I think MVS and a lot of other role players is what makes so much this team so special. And I think him and like my guy Big B is getting a heated argument with Zach right now, who has no profile picture. Like Jamal Williams, MVS, Mercedes Lewis, a lot of these role players that are doing it, they're 1 of 11 so perfectly. And MVS had a great game today, and he was asked. He did exactly what he's asked to do every week. Six receptions for 85 yards. Like you said, his 1 touchdown catch was incredible.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, I get it. Like, dude, the thing with me is like when people like to like just drop on a guy, and people like to like when a guy has like some drops or whatever, and it starts getting like well known, everyone wants to just bury them. They have one mistake and they want to bury them. But I think MVS deserves a little bit of respect. 6 for 85, 1 touchdown like Scott for because I don't know the numbers or whatever. But but that's what fans do. Like, a guy has a knack for dropping the ball, or even just like, whatever, defensive players for getting burned a lot. Like it burns into their memory and they just talk about it. But like, I think people need to get MVS a little break. Like I get it. Like someone drops the ball, people are going to give him some heat, and they should. No death threats needed. But but like, I think the offense is fine. Special teams concerns me a little bit with they had a big return there and at a very bad time. So what do you think about that onside kick? Like,
oh God,
was he out? Because I saw a lot of people complain about the refs. I think I think it was a right call. I don't think he was inbounds, or I don't know if the ball didn't touch out of bounds. I'm a little bit buzzed up. I've been drinking, you know what I mean? But I watched that replay. Was that ball even inbounds, like when it bounced?
I don't know the rules of onside kicks enough. That's not what I studied, but I would say if it was out of bounds, I think he was. I don't think he got in bounds. The ball was in bounds. But either way, I don't think they had that ever.
Yeah, I think the one bad call you could say is that touchdown for the Lions.
Mm-hmm. And even that was a close call.
Yeah, that was a close call. But if it was me and I'm the ref, I'm giving them that touchdown. And I don't like the whole Packers get all the calls type thing. Whenever you watch a game, right? Like I'm sure you're the same. I think Packer fans, like a lot of us, are the same. when no matter who it is, Troy Aikman, whoever the commentator is, and they're like, oh, that was a bad call. I think the Packers got one on that. Like, it's like, oh man, that's all they're gonna talk about. All the fans on all social media, because that is what the Packers like. That's what all the haters say, is that the Packers get all the calls. It's not all the calls. Packers get jacked in a lot of calls. The fact of the matter is the refs in the NFL are not that damn good. So, like, a lot of teams get screwed. A lot of teams get benefited. Different times of the game. I think the Lions, but they scored a touchdown on that drive. That I say, if I'm the ref, I'm giving them that. But, like, my eyes are jacked up, so I don't see that good anyways. You know what I mean, Joey?
Yeah.
But, like, I think the Lions got screwed a little bit on that touchdown, but they ended up scoring a touchdown on that drive. There was like 116 penalties, I think, on the Packers defense. Like they got hit. And I'm not saying that there were bad calls. I'm not, some were probably good, some not so good, but like the holding, it was like there was holding. There's a commercial here by Matt LaFleur and David Bakhtiari. I don't know if it's nationwide. It might just be Wisconsin, where it's like Cellcom, and they're like, hey, you can have you call customer service, there's no holding. And then the floor goes, hey, you hear that, Bakhtiari? No holding. And then Bakhtiari stands up, he's like, hey, no holding, I got you. So, but the Packers defense, like, dude, they were holding every play, it seemed. I don't know if they were all deservingly, like, I don't remember every single call, but like those penalties killed the Packers, and they gave up a touchdown. But like, I don't know. I think the biggest concern is what is to you the biggest concern for the Packers going forward?
Coming out flat in quarters. Even in their wins, it seems like there's always a quarter, and it's different than like 2018 or 19 where you're not playing a 4-quarter game where you kind of drag off. They've just had so many quarters coming out of half, starting the game where they are just sleepwalking.
Yeah, so dude, I'm reading these comments. First of all, people, I don't know like who's saying what. Like, I'm reading these comments. First of all, much respect to Big B. Anyone who's shit on Big B, just like unfollow me. Don't even watch this shit. Big B is a man, and shout out to Big B. I'm just starting to like catch up on some of this stuff, and I don't like what I'm seeing here. But but shout out to Big B, and let's get back to this talk. But like the Saints lost today.
Yep.
So the Packers are the number 1 seed. So if they keep winning, if they win out, the Packers are in prime position. And a lot of people are saying like, well, I would rather the Packers not be the number 1 seed because we don't play good sometimes after a bye. Aaron Rodgers said in his press conference, I didn't watch it, but I was reading the tweets on Twitter and all that. And he said we definitely want number 1 seed. Oh, yeah, because they definitely want that because they get a week off. And now they're having a little bit of fans. I think the problem with Lambeau Field, like early in the season, they weren't playing as good at Lambeau. There's no fans. Now they got a field that's like 500 or whatever it is. It's like employees and their families. It's not a ton. But I think just having a little bit, I think helps pump them up a little bit.
Yeah, I think going back to struggling at Lambeau, I mean, even the 2 days, Jacksonville and against Minnesota, it was extremely windy even for Lambeau Field. And sure, it's probably going to be like that in January, but I'll definitely take my chances of having any team come to Lambeau in January with snow on the ground.
Oh yeah, I think it's huge. First of all, I know like it's a whole different thing, like with no fans, like with the stadium not packed. But it's huge for Green Bay, like for the community, money wise, and all this. Like everyone, hotels and restaurants and all that. Probably not going to be the situation, but I'm going to be down there. Like
you're going to find a way to get in.
I'm going to stay with Corey Benke. We'll talk to Corey, like, hey, because I don't drink and drive. So I'm going to tell Corey, like, hey, let me put a tent in your yard. I'm going to get drunk and hang outside Lambeau Field, scream at people, and I'll just let me on the other side of the fence. I'll pitch a tent, and we'll get this thing. No, but, like, I think the Packers have a really good shot. Like, I got some notes here about some other stuff. I see. So, most 40-plus touchdown seasons in NFL history. Aaron Rodgers, number 1 with 5. Drew Brees has 3. Like, I think Aaron Rodgers, like, what he's doing, like, It's similar to Brady. Like, everyone thought Brady fell off, whatever, how many years ago with the Patriots, and, it just wasn't the case. I think the same thing, because everyone was talking about Rodgers was done. Like, before this season, they're like, he's done. Like, he's not doing anything. Jordan Love is taking over. A lot of people were saying the crazy shit that I won't even repeat. But, dude, Aaron Rodgers, like, for this, what is this? This is for today. 26 for 33, 290 yards. And 4 touchdowns, or 4 total touchdowns. And dude, like, Rodgers is playing out of his mind right now.
Exactly. Yeah, and the most amazing thing to me is just like how well he was able to change his playing style, really. I mean, because you look at 2011, 2014, his first 2 MVP seasons, is coming up on his third here. It's just such a different playing style. And before, when he kind of was known for escaping the pocket and developing plays out of the pocket. And then now, obviously, he's lost some speed. And not saying that he's a pocket passer at today's age, but it's much different playing style when he threw for 40 and 45 touchdowns in years before, and he's still able to throw up these crazy numbers.
Yeah, because Aaron Rodgers, I think they said during the broadcast, Aaron Rodgers was like 7th least scrambles. So it might have that number might change after today, because he had a few scrambles today. But like he's old, he's older, he's up there, so he's not trying to scramble. But when need be, he can do it. But like Aaron Rodgers used to be like, don't let him out of the. I think it still is. Don't let him out of the pocket. Keep him in the pocket. And it's not because he's a bad pocket quarterback, but like when he's out of the pocket, obviously the receivers have time to scramble. The Packers, I think, in practice must just practice this more than other guys, but or other teams. But like the receivers get open when he gets out of the pocket. They run back, they run over. Dude, you see Big Bobby Tonyan. Dude, first of all, let's talk. Dude, I know I talked about it a little bit, but I love me some Big Bobby Tonyan.
Oh yeah.
And he just finds the zone. You see him out there. He's just like, I don't care. Throw me the damn ball. Dude, Big Bobby Tonyan doesn't get the respect he deserves. Throw some respect on Big Bobby Tonyan. The last time the Packers, Aaron Rodgers had a really elite tight end, it's been a minute. It was probably Finley, and he was hurt a lot. So, like, it's huge. And Mercedes Lewis, I think, is key to not only just being a good tight end and big blocking end, but helping these young guys get better. And did you see, like, Tonyan on that one play when he went out for a pass, but before he did, he pushed the guy.
Yeah,
he just gave a little block. So he's like, I'm going to help the guy out before I go out and for my role. That's what I love. And I think a lot of that's veteran shit that he just learns. And then I wonder if the Lions, like, think about that. Like, they had him and they let him go. I don't know how he became a Packer. I don't know if it was a free agent. I don't know how it went down. But I remember him being a Lion, and now he's a Packer. And the same thing, like with Lazard. I was talking about this earlier with my wife. I was like, he was on a Jacksonville Jaguars practice squad. I wonder if they think about that. He was on a Jaguars practice squad, and now he's catching touchdowns for the Packers. I know it has a lot to do with Aaron Rodgers and a lot of coaching, like maybe the Jaguars didn't have. But how do they not see that? The same thing with the Lions. Like, Tonyan, it's not magic. Like, they come to the Packers and they don't get better. I think some teams just don't see what they can do, and the Packers make it happen.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's definitely a special team, and Tonyan, I love him. Like that block you were talking about, just such an aggressive player. He just always seems to be open, like 5 yards of separation. I don't know if that's just people aren't taking him seriously enough, not running him down in the game plan notes, but good God, he is great this year.
Dude, Bobby Tonyan, like he's always open. Like, sometimes, like, I remember earlier in the year, he like got tripped up, did like a somersault, got up and caught a touchdown pass. Like, Big Bobby Tonyan is always open. Like, dude, he'll block and then get open. Like, he'll knock a guy down, run a route, get open. Oh, excuse me. Big Bobby Tonyan is always open. We got Zach over here. I think he's throwing. MVP is Patrick Mahomes. No, he's not. Patrick Mahomes is a great player. but he's not the MVP this year. How many interceptions did he throw there? 3. All right. How many interceptions does Aaron Rodgers have this season? 4. So, like, Aaron Rodgers has more touchdowns than Patrick Mahomes, and he has one more interception this year than Patrick Mahomes has today. So, like, yeah, like Aaron, and it's not hate on Patrick Mahomes. That's what people get confused with. Like, you have to shit on a guy to promote or, pump up another guy. Aaron Rodgers is just better this year. Patrick Mahomes is a man. Like, he's the future and all that, all those things. Patrick Mahomes is going to do all the Aaron Rodgers things throughout his career. He's going to break a lot of records and do a lot of things. But this year and for the last few, Aaron Rodgers is just better.
Yeah. I mean, especially doing that 37 years old now, so that's even more incredible.
Dude, Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks ever. I don't care how you rank them. I don't care. I don't get into all these rankings because the rankings, even for like the power rankings for like tomorrow, a lot of people, Fox NFL, like whatever, ESPN, all these guys are gonna put out power rankings. And when your team is number 1 or the top, whatever, you get all excited, you get a little gushy inside, yay! But it doesn't matter because it's a writer, it's a prick, just like me, just like you, who thought of a list, probably a little bit smarter than me, but still, it's just a person who thought it's not college. It's not college football where they have, they probably have some strategy of how they rank teams because it matters in college. In the NFL, it doesn't matter. It's just a writer. There's like 26 lists that come out every Monday, Tuesday of all the teams in the league, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. What matters is what they do. Like
exactly
on the field. I don't know. These rankings irritate the hell out of me sometimes because like one list could have the Packers at 1, 2, or 3. The next top 10 doesn't have the Packers at all. And then people get all mad. And that's why they do it, because you get mad. You're like, exactly. Then you start tweeting them, and then they get attention, and that's what it is. If the Packers are not 1, 2, or 3 on your list is trash, and you don't belong making a list. Like, just give it up.
You know what's even more irritating than power rankings is draft grades. And exactly what you just mentioned. Like, those long months when there was no football or anything to go off of the criticism of the 2020 draft, people would literally, bring up draft grades to argue with you. And it's like, I really don't care what Dan Hanses from NFL Network has to say about the 2020 Packers draft in 2020. I'll care about what the 2020 draft class is doing on the field in 2023,
Dude, exactly. Yeah, because like that's the thing, like with the draft, okay, perfect example. Rashawn Gary last year was a bust, according to a lot of people.
Yeah.
It was a bust. Why'd they draft him? He didn't do anything, blah, blah, blah. But we had Preston Smith and Darius Smith were balling out. They didn't put Rashawn Gary on the field a ton. This year, Rashawn Gary is balling out. He's doing his thing. Because sometimes it just, let him watch, let him practice, let him get ready, and let him see the situations. And now Rashawn Gary, I think his future is bright in Green Bay. Like, dude, you don't know about the draft until like 3 years old. But it's definitely not the first year. Like, you're going to judge a player in their rookie year. Not every rookie is going to show out. Like, not every rookie quarterback is But what about the Eagles, though?
Jalen Hurts. I mean, that is just so confusing of a situation. I mean, because, after you extend Carson Wentz, you give him a big contract right there, and, and then you're just, so you put confidence into him. And they're like, oh, Jalen Hurts, we got to get him in the second round. But, right now it's looking like it's going to work out for them besides that cap space. But that's just a really weird situation.
I think the Eagles have a tough decision to make after this year. Like, we'll see how the season ends or whatever. But Jalen Hurts, like, he balled. I didn't watch the game. I just watched, like, the highlights because I was watching Red Zone or whatever. Yeah, because that was an earlier game. So, but like that was, they have a decision to make. But one decision the Packers have to make, like next year, I don't like talking about like off-season shit, like when it's like week, what is it, 13, 14, whatever the hell week it is. But like Jamal Williams, Aaron Jones, like that's going to be a decision the Packers have to make. But like to me, like I was thinking about this earlier, I love them both, like severely, like great, like I love them, like like as much as I loved any Packer player. But like if it's me, I'm a little buzzed up right now. I want to keep Jamal Williams like severely. So if Aaron Jones is crazy expensive and you gotta get rid of one of them, like I hate to say it out loud, but like I would like to keep Jamal Williams because I do love some Jamal Williams. I think he's really good. Like not even just the whole happy and fun. He danced around. He's a funny guy. That's all good and fun, but he's a really good football player. And so is Aaron Jones, obviously. But I think it's really tough spot there. And they drafted A.J. Dillon, obviously, for a reason. They don't know what's going to happen. The contract stuff is going to be crazy. It didn't happen yet. I know that they've been talking. And I just don't see him keeping them both. I don't see how that could happen.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. Like you said, I just love both of them so much. Their characters. They're both so great, and they both add so much, and it's going to be sad. Even if we do get to keep Aaron Jones, it's just not going to be the same without his great sidekick with him. Yeah,
it's going to be like crazy. Like either way, if one of them are gone, I think that it's going to be tough because like dude, I love me some Jamal Williams like so much.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. I mean, they're going to have to, and then especially in the upcoming draft, what are they going to do there? What is their roster going to look like? Who are they going to bring back, resign? Are they going to bring back Corey Linsley? Who knows what happens. So this offseason should be a fun one.
Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about the offseason because there's a lot we could talk about. The Green Bay Packers are NFC North champions. All right, I don't know what team Zach roots for, but I'm assuming he's a Bears fan or a Vikings fan. Remember during the season, the Minnesota Viking fans were coming hard. Bears fans were kind of quiet because they knew that Trubisky was their quarterback. So they knew that, like, they were confident, but they were like a little skeptical a little bit. Viking fans are always cocky. Coming into the season, a lot of people had a lot of shit to say about the Packers.
Oh, yeah.
The Packers are NFC North champs, number 1 seed in the NFC. And like, dude, all these haters need to shut the hell up. Pardon my French, Mr. Joey the Jaguar. But like, dude, I am pumped. Are you pumped, Joey?
I'm pumped, Matt. We're getting this number 1 seed. We're going all the way to the Super Bowl. 5-time Super Bowl champions, 14-time world champions. You can mark it right now.
I like to see that. So going forward, like one of the big teams that the Packers play next. The Tennessee Titans. All right. So Henry, like that. I think that's the only team that concerns me a little bit. Stopping and running, all that. Can the Packers beat the Titans?
Yes, I think they have to. If they can score 40 in the first quarter, I like their chances. But it's just gonna be like putting as much points on the board and letting Ryan Tannehill beat you. And then after that, we'll see what Derrick Henry can do. But yeah, it's definitely going to be tough. And that's why I have my fingers crossed that the Chiefs can pull one out against the Saints next week.
Yeah, because that is the thing that with any team the Packers play is you want to score a lot of points coming out the gate. First quarter, you want to score a lot of points. So they can't run the ball because it's obviously the Packers – weakness a little bit. Stop it. They've been getting better, but with Derrick Henry, like, dude, that like you watch, like I watch Red Zone, and like it seems like every now and again you see that prick running down the field, just shooking people, just balling out. So like I'm not looking forward to that game at all.
No,
but like with any team the Packers play, get a lead, get them off the run, like get up 17-3, like do whatever you gotta do. I don't know a lot about the Titans besides Derrick Henry. I don't know how their defense is, but I don't think that there's a defense in the league that can really shut the Packers down. Like, it might be something that can slow them down, but like get a lead and no mistakes, no freaky turnovers, no weird snaps, rolling the ball to Rodgers. Nothing crazy, no punts that go crazy distances. And I think the Packers can beat any team in the in the NFC, but like that's one of the scarier teams because that running game is ridiculous.
Yeah, and I completely agree. No defense necessarily scares me. They just put up 31 against the Colts and the 41 against the Bears, two of the best defenses in the league. They won 37-30 against the Saints, who have a great defense. Now, it was a much different team in week 3, but yeah, I don't see them. I think they can put 30 on anybody.
Yeah, so only one Compton is Zach. Like, Zach, I want to ask you, are you a Bears fan? Or like a Vikings fan? Like, I know whoever you're a fan of is not in the playoffs. I know that because whenever I have a hater commenting on all my stuff, it's always a Vikings or a Bears fan. They're just mad because they are not going to have their team in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll lie right now. He'll say some team that's going to the playoffs. But Zach is definitely a Vikings or Bears fan. Hey, I appreciate everyone tuning in. Hey, Joey, I'm gonna have you on again real soon. I'm gonna take phone calls. I got the equipment on the way. I ordered it on Amazon. It's actually just a couple cords, but whatever. I'm gonna start taking phone calls. But me and Alex meant to take phone calls tonight, but Alex situation
had some problems.
Yeah, he had some problems. But I'm gonna have you on again, dude. Everyone, check out Joey the Jaguar. He's got a Underage Packers podcast. Him and Big B. Big B is the man. All right, what did Big B say? Big B and Joey the Jaguar, they do such a great job. I've been on your shit. You've been on my stuff a lot of times. And you guys are young, but you do such a great job. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Check out the Underage Packers podcast. If you want a link or whatever, message me, and I'll get it to you. I appreciate you coming on last minute because Alex Strofe can't get his stuff together. All right.
Come on, Alex.
I appreciate Alex coming on. And he didn't come on, but he was gonna. But hopefully get the stuff together because he's got finals coming up. Right, he's a college kid. But everyone,
Alex,
go back.
Coming up, they might be 10th grade, but I still got finals coming up. Alex, I'm here on the Matt Raymond Show.
I don't have finals coming up, and I never did well with them when I did have them. Anyways, look at Zach is a Bears fan. Yeah, so that's why he's hating. Because what are they, like 5 and something? I don't even know what they are.
Well, 0-7 since week 6. So.
Oh yeah. Dude, remember when they were 5-1? Bears fans were so
they got a little confident there.
No, let's talk about that for a minute before we shut off this thing. All right, Bears fans. Dude, everyone was talking about the Bears. Like, dude, Bears fans were so kind. And I know a lot of Bears fans who I like, so I hate talking shit about the Bears because a lot of good Bears fans. Zach is not one of them. But all love, Zach. All love. No, but like the Bears were so cocky at 5-1. They were winning the NFC North. They were gonna win it. They were so confident. Oh, we don't have a quarterback. Put in Nick Foles and then see what happens. And they did. And what happened? Like, dude, the Bears are a joke. It doesn't matter who the Bears quarterback is, they will fail. Like, doesn't matter. Dude, they got Jay Cutler. Remember what? You don't remember it because you're like 15. But Jay Cutler was at the Broncos. It was an MVP candidate. He came to Green Bay and he sucked. Doesn't matter who the Bears. Dude, if the Bears would have drafted Mahomes, you would not even know who Mahomes is. He would be Trubisky. That's how bad the Bears are. They ruin every quarterback that comes to that team. Like, if you want to be a good quarterback in the league, don't get drafted by the Chicago Bears. That's what it is. Like, dude, Trubisky might have been great if he got drafted by any team besides the Chicago Bears. If you want to be a shitty quarterback and never be remembered, go to the Chicago Bears because that will happen to you. Now, if you want to be a good defensive player, go to the Bears. But your quarterback will let you stink every year. The Bears are a joke.
I think Zach he got too excited. He finally felt good. They got to win against the Texans. But Zach, I hope they find a cure for you. It definitely looks like you got a little too excited, had a few too beers, forgot how to spell defense. Chicago Bears are the best defense of all time. Maybe you need to learn how to spell it. I haven't heard of the defensive side of the ball, Zach. But I hope Zach enjoyed his time here. 35 minutes. If I was a Bears fan, I'd probably do the same thing. Go after somebody. I don't even know how I know so much about Big B and all of that. But Zach, I hope you enjoyed your time, and I hope they find a cure for you.
So this is exactly it. We could have had Patrick Mahomes. But if you did have Patrick Mahomes, he would not be Patrick Mahomes. All right? Like, he wouldn't have been Patrick Mahomes. Nobody would know who Patrick Mahomes is. Like, they would know, but he would be the joke. And Trubisky might have got drafted by the Chiefs, and he would be the man. Like, I think the Bears really just they destroy careers as quarterback. Like, you cannot be a good quarterback and play in Chicago. And shout out to Big B. Anyone who shits on Big B can go to hell. All right? Exactly. Shout out to Big B. Dude, that's what it is. Like, I'll say this real quick before we jump off. Big B, just so you know, when people shit on you and they take time to shit you and they take 40 minutes out of their life to watch a whole live stream of a team that they hate, and they talk shit about you, and they obviously know about your life situation, dude, they love you. That's what Absolutely. It is. They've been watching too much. All right. So shout out to Zach for watching this whole damn thing just to hear that the Bears still suck, baby. Packers are NFC North champs. Big shout out to Joey the Jaguar. Shout out to Big B. Shout out to Alex Stroh. Shout out to Zach for tuning in and watching the whole he watched more than any Packer fan would have. And just to know that the Bears are going to be coming third in the NFC North. But the Packers, once again, reign champions in NFC North. And they're about to take the NFC North, the whole NFC North championship and go to the Super Bowl. Go Pack, go, baby. Big shout out to Joey the Jaguar.